Hello, 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 hello. So it's another late one. So it's 11:20 here on the West Coast. Just got finished with a whole bunch of stuff. And so I think this is day 33. Um, and so I am, let's see, today is Saturday. I'm 5 days in. That doesn't seem right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, so I've been fasting for 5 days, which means I have 5 more days to fast. I feel like I'm missing a count somewhere. I don't know. But that being said, um, let's talk about it. So, good day, horrible day. So it was the reverse of yesterday. Yesterday started off horrible and it ended up well. Today started off well and ended up horrible. It's just, it all goes round and round and round. But I shouldn't say horrible. It was just different. It was a little tough. But the good things, I was thinking earlier today, like, you know what? I might be onto something. Because I was noticing my body, how it was responding, all those things like that, and I I have more energy. I was almost like, wait a minute, am I getting that energy thing? But again, my thought was just based on previous fasts and how my body adjusted. My thought was that 21 day was difficult because my body had never been through it. Just like the first time I did a 6 day, I was very weak. All the things that I experienced in the 21 day fast. 21 was a little bit more extreme. It was a little bit more extreme. But my hope and my belief was that, okay, because my body has now experienced that, it won't have as adverse of a reaction. So I'm going to have a reaction, but not to that level. So the headaches seem to be consistent in that they normally are there the first couple of days. Although I will say, when I've done a couple of, after the first 6 day fast, I've done a couple of 7 day and 5 day and stuff like that. And those, I actually didn't have a headache with those. And I wasn't even hungry with those. It could have been because with those, it was not, I will not say it was a total fast in regards to like juicing only, because I was still doing, it was liquid, but I was still having like my tea, which that's fine. But some mornings on my way into work, I would go and get my cinnamon dulce latte. And so it's liquid. It's liquid. But that's not, but I think that might have been why, because, caffeine does help with migraines. I do know that. That's one of the reasons why, like, I searched and searched and searched for a migraine medicine for years that would help. I didn't want to get like the prescription ones. I normally just suffered through, and then I ran across Excedrin migraine, and wow, that, and my stuff is like severe, but that worked for me. And when I was just reading over the ingredients and I saw that it had caffeine in it, so I think on those shorter independent fasts that I did, because on certain days, it wasn't every day, but certain days, maybe two, if I was on a 5 day, maybe 2 out of 5 or whatever, certain days I would stop and get that. And like I said, that was almost like a regression, because after the first 6 day fast, I basically came off of caffeine. I went to decaf. but like I said, when I went on some of those fasts, I did on my way into work, I would on some days get that. So that was a little bit different, and that may very well be why I didn't experience any migraine on those, as opposed to the ones where I was strictly straight fasting in regards to nothing but water, tea, or juice. Juice. So, that being said, I was really excited that my body is responding much better. I pushed myself a little bit today. Well, I pushed myself a lot today, so I'm feeling it a little bit, but it's still not as bad as it was previously. And I mean, I did a lot, and it's still not as bad as it was. Where walking up the steps, I would be sitting 20, 30 minutes to try and recover, get my heart rate down, just kind of try and pull it together. Um, and it's nowhere near that particular level. So, that was one of the hypothesis that I had in the beginning, that I believed when I went back into another fast, total fast, my body would respond better. And it is. So I'm happy for that. Now, wow. Um, actually, prayer has gone well today. Actually got what I believe might have been a download. Something very specific came to me. Now, that being said, I might be a little bit hard headed because I can't say that this is the first time that I heard it, right? Because I heard it during the 21-day fast, and I thought maybe it was my thoughts, or I heard it, and it kind of jived, like, okay, but then I just kind of let it go. Or held it in the back of my mind, not really, oh, okay, let's go. But it was very much more clear today, and I feel like I had a better understanding. You don't have to always understand to do what have you, but I felt like I got it. Like it just made sense. Again, things don't always have to make sense. You be obedient, have faith, or what have you. But it did. It just made sense for me. So that was good. I'm excited about that. There's always battles. Like I said, the day started off good, and then of course towards the end there was. It's funny. So I prayed some things this morning, and then the test came. Layers, people. Layers. My layers are kind of thin, and I think I got a lot of them. I think I said that before. But I did learn some things. I did. So that's really cool. Even in the midst of the scenario, I was like, okay, this is different. Like, almost like that out of body experience. No, I didn't have an out of body experience. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying where you're in the situation, but there's a part of your mind that's removed, and you can kind of analyze, like, oh, okay, I see. I get it now. In that sense. So that was that. But again, I'm super excited. Again, I'm seeing different things, different moves that are happening, and this is just such an intriguing journey. So I'm excited for it. I did another cooking experiment, which was super dope. I'm starting to get a little bit weirded out because I told y'all while we were going through the 21-day fast, like, not a cook, not a chef, not a baker, don't want no parts of it. It's not my deal. It's not my jam, whatever. But I was like, wait a minute, this feels different. Something's changing. What is going on? And I'm I'm starting to enjoy it and actually, because I've heard people say this before, and I'm like, something wrong with y'all. I've heard people say that cooking is relaxing. I'm like, there's nothing relaxing about cooking. What do you? It's the most stressful thing in the world to do. What do you mean? Well, what are the most stressful things? People, I'm starting to understand a little bit. It is somewhat calming. It is somewhat relaxing. Um, and so that was one of the things I chose to do after everything. And I was like, you know what? I had a recipe that I was looking into. Now, again, I try and do a lot of vegan cooking to a degree. I am not vegan. I keep saying it. Um, I will claim pescatarian because I don't eat the only type of meat that I eat is seafood, right? But I don't eat a lot of it. I'm gonna have to start eating more salmon because that's very good for blood pressure and things like that. And we talked about that yesterday. Just me having you know, a epiphany like, hey, yeah, you're good, you're gonna be good, but make sure you're doing everything on your part to ensure that goodness and mercy keep following you all the days of your life. So you can dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So I'll be eating more salmon. I was looking at anyway. I won't go into that. Um, so with that being said, but I do most of the time. Most of the time when I'm eating though, I'm eating a meal without meat. Um, but like I said, so that's my main, lane. And I'm always looking for recipes and things like that. I obviously they have vegan based meats and things like that. But and they're good. When you just got that craving, and it's not meat, it's plant based meat, so it's fake meat. Just but it gives you that taste and that whatever. However, it's processed. So again, if you're not just doing this just this do it, it's about health and healthy choices. Um, and so processed food is processed food. I don't care if it's plant based, it's still processed food. So, if you can do fresh, if you can do live food, it's always good because even, in that, mushrooms are super dope for meat replacements. You know what I mean? Chickpeas, they're kind of, they're rolling. Um, oh, I found some cauliflower recipes. So, that's more of what I try to do as opposed to do the process meat replacement, trying to find those natural things that if you season them a certain way or different things, they can take on certain flavors. So, with that being said, like I said, most of the time I'm eating, some type of live food. But I am going to get back on the fish now. What I'm super excited about, because even in my sauces or seasoning, like I'm trying to do salt-free seasoning, and with sauces, not having all that different things in there, trying to do vegan type sauces or what have you. But some of those things can get a little bit tricky, and some of that stuff is just nasty. It don't work. Okay, and my stuff gotta taste good. But tonight, what happened was I wanted to fix a dessert. So I was gonna do a strawberry shortcake, and it was a cute little hack that I saw. I'm probably gonna go back in because I used Bisquick mix to make the biscuit. I made a biscuit and I put some cinnamon and nutmeg in the actual Bisquick mix, and I did use not milk for the milk. And if you haven't tried, heard of not milk, it's just awesome dairy replacement, because that's another thing. Again, not pure vegan, more pescatarian, but I don't fool with dairy. I do my best to stay away from it. So, So we have the not milk in the house, which is the milk replacement, and it really, from what I understand, well, my kids taste just like milk. I haven't been able to try it, so but they love it, and they haven't liked anything like the soy milk, the almond milk, the vanilla almond milk, Ripple. Like they're like this mess, but this they're like, oh my gosh, it tastes just like milk. So I use the not milk, put some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and then the biscuit mix. Cook the biscuit, simple hack, and then you just do strawberries, whipped cream, and I was gonna drizzle it with some hot honey. Okay, now here's the rub: whipped cream, dairy. What are we gonna do? Not fooling with it. So I was trying to figure out if there's a vegan way to make whipped cream. There is. And I liked it because it was simple. That may be another thing that's going with me, which is everything that I'm doing now. It's not very complicated. It's ingredients that I'm very familiar with, simple steps, great quality, all that stuff like that. If it's a whole bunch of steps, not doing it. I'm going to get frustrated. It's going to take too long. No. I want to enjoy it, so it needs to be simple and good. Boom. So this whipped cream recipe was only 4 ingredients. Okay, let's try it. I was extremely skeptical. Extremely skeptical. But number one, I couldn't taste it. Like, the kids had to taste it. And number two, I just wanted to see it. It looked good when the lady did it on the thing. And I'm like, okay, let me try. So here's the thing. To make it, you take, and in the post it was called aquafaba, something like that. Aquafaba, I believe. But basically what that is garbanzo bean juice. So you know the juice that's in your garbanzo bean, or if you call it chickpeas, that can that you normally drain and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. So all that liquid, the liquid from your garbanzo bean can, which I believe is called afababa, something like that. You drain the can, all of it. Now, mind you, I'm making whipped cream, and you can smell chickpeas and know that what in the world? How does that even? That's what you would think. So I put it in there, and then you use like 1/8 teaspoon of, I think it's called cream of tartar, and a hand mixer, right? And you mix. You mix for about 3 to 4 minutes the aquafaba, or the garbanzo bean juice, and the cream of tartar. You mix it, and it turns into whipped cream as far as the look, the consistency, all of that. The next time I do it, I gotta videotape it. It was the coolest thing, like a science experiment, which, cooking is science, but you know what I mean? Just it was fun seeing that happen. Like, oh my gosh. Now, the whole time I'm doing this, I smell chickpeas because this is chickpea juice. So in my head, I'm like, this is gonna go really bad because although it looks just like whipped cream, I smell chickpeas. Now, the next part of the recipe is a half a cup of powdered sugar and then vanilla. Okay, all right, that's fine, but that's still chickpea juice. So once you get it firm, when you've mixed it, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes, and it's firm in the consistency of whipped cream, which, like I said, to my amazement, it did it. It actually happened. Then you put in your sugar, and you put in your vanilla extract, and you mix it again. Once it's all mixed or what have you, you have your vegan whipped cream. Okay. Now, I couldn't taste it. So I had my kids come over like, hey, taste, and they all have different taste buds. So I had all of them taste it, and their faces lit up. Like, this is whipped cream. Like, what? this is whipped cream. It tastes just like whipped cream. This is so good. So I'm like, oh snap. So I was super excited that that turned out well for them. And the wonderful thing about it is it doesn't hold up in the refrigerator. But if you put it in the freezer, it holds well because it acts like, or it mimics Cool Whip. The one, yeah, it mimics Cool Whip, which I thought was really cool. So um, I took the remainder of it and put it in a container and put it in the freezer, and so we'll see. But I was just super excited that they loved it and that it actually worked, and that it's simple and fun and healthy to a degree. You know, they got sugar in it, but you can even control that. You know what I mean? Like the amount of sugar that you put in. So just to finish up, I had hot biscuits that I had kind of zhuzhed up a little bit with some cinnamon and nutmeg. I just put, fresh strawberries, cut it open, put fresh strawberries on the bottle, drizzled some hot honey on that. It looks a little bit, not too much, a little bit of hot honey, and topped it with whipped cream, and then put the biscuit topper up there. And so they really liked it. Um, One liked it exactly the way it was. The other one was like, I don't want hot honey. The other one was like, I don't want this. So, but they were like, it's good. So that was really cool. But the point was the fact that I actually found the process relaxing, and it was something that I chose to do just because I was looking forward to it. Like I wanted to do it, and I felt like it would relax me, which again, this is a process that happened during the fast, because this is not me. This is not, I can't believe I'm actually saying that I was baking to relax. What is that? What I am going to do to make it a little bit healthier too, because I'm learning how to make, things kind of from scratch, is I'm just going to figure out how you make, because I don't know this stuff, because I haven't really cared about baking from scratch and stuff at what in the world. But it's simple. Not everything, obviously, but a lot of it is really simple, really basic. So biscuits, obviously, I'm gonna kind of look up how to make biscuits as opposed to using the Bisquick mix. I'm wondering if I can use chickpea flour, which I have, because if I can, if it works the same way, it'll be healthier. But again, it has to rise, so I don't know if chickpea flour rises. I'm not sure about that. So I need to see if some of the healthier alternatives actually rise like a biscuit, or does it have to be self-rising flour, things like that. So if I can make it a little bit healthier and get rid of the, kind of pre-prepped whatever, I will. If not, it's cool. It's not an everyday thing or what have you. I am so, I keep going back to that, and even the fact that I find enjoyment in it, because that's so not me. That's such a huge change, such a big difference. But the benefits of it are great, because it's kind of like a small hobby, kind of adding in one new creative meal. I have my main menus that I do for the week, certain staples or what have you, but adding in each week, rotating in one or two new things is pretty cool. And then when you talk about desserts or like breakfast, I am finding a lot of new things, because Starbucks was my friend, and they got a lot of money for me. But I would get the same things, just certain things that I like, and I need healthier options. I don't need a lot of salt, and if there are ways that I can do this at home, have it already done, for grab and go in the morning, and it's healthy and it's good and it satisfies those cravings that I have, then that's great. If I'm, sending kids with, the healthier um, options, I found something for my son. He plays football and all that stuff like that, but like protein bites, but they look like little, the what do they call them? Some type of pops, stick pops or something that they have at some of these things. It's like cake on a stick. Cake pop actually is the name of it, It looks like one of those without the stick, but it's like a healthy protein ball or what have you. So just really, and then from a cost standpoint, because again, that's another thing I'm always looking, trying to save money, building that war chest, also, just wanting to have certain things on hand and knowing how to, because, older generations, like they could go in the pantry, they would have certain staples and they knew what to do. I can't say that I'm one of those people. I watched my mom just go in there. I'm like, what? How did you make that? Where there ain't nothing in there? Whereas now I'm learning that skill. I'm sitting there and it's starting to make sense. I'm seeing certain things and I'm like, oh, I can do this, this, and this. One of the things that always frustrated me about cooking is what side goes with this. What am I gonna do? It was just stressful. Whereas now, it's not. It's really feels almost supernatural. I know that sounds weird, but it aligns with some of my long-term goals as well. Like I said, even from saving money to being healthy to just being uh, how can I put it? Just a little bit more better prepared if certain things are not available. Being able to operate with fresh goods, or what I mean, what you have on hand, and be creative with that. Which again, that's not a skill set that I necessarily had before now. Even with my health, these are ingredients that I know and I'm aware of, but I hadn't been utilizing them the way I needed to and as much as I needed to. So it's very interesting how a lot of different things are stemming from this one major shift that has happened with me. And so I'm excited about that. So that's that. And so that's the rub. That's where I am. And I'm excited about that. The spiritual part is definitely moving along. Like I said, there was something else downloaded into my spirit in prayer. The praying in tongues is feeling more natural, or I'm getting, or maybe I'm more aware of the urging or leading of the Holy Spirit to go pray and to pray in my heavenly language. So that's cool. That's really cool. So it's been a very interesting day, very productive, and from recognizing my body is adjusting well to gaining insights in certain areas, to noticing things that before I thought was absolutely like ridiculous, and now I'm like, no, it's true. Cooking is relaxing. So I'm just really thankful again for this journey and for this day. Good, bad, good. The other interesting thing that I noticed today, I thought it was very interesting, was that unlike with the other fast, right? I was looking at my stomach today, and I don't believe I'm dropping weight as fast, right? I think my weight is holding a little bit better. I think I told you the other day, yesterday, when I was at the track meet, somebody complimented me on like my muscle tone, and I'm like, I have not worked out. I am an ectomorph. Or is it mesomorph? Dang, come on it. The naturally muscular people, I think it's ectomorph. Still, with as much weight as I've lost and as thin as I am, I thought that muscle tone might go away. But with this, let me get back to what I was saying. So with this, one thing that I've noticed is my stomach is not caving. It's actually holding firm. Like I'm not completely sunken and flat. Like there's, obviously when I stand up, it looks like there's not much there, but I can at least feel something. Whereas coming down there one day, I thought my navel was in my back because I had a cup for a stomach. I think I said that like my stomach was a cup. Whereas, that's not the case now. Mind you, we're only 5 days in, and maybe by day 8 it'll be different. But I just found it encouraging that it's holding, which was, so I'm very encouraged by that. But I thought it was funny. I looked down like, oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. So anyway, so all those things are encouraging and interesting, and it's pretty cool that even in doing this, with the journaling and looking back and things like that, you do learn your body, because I did. I somewhat predicted, like, hey, I think my body's going to do better the next time I go into this, and it is, and I'm super excited about that, because that gives me a lot of hope moving forward in the future about, maybe another 21-day fast, possibly a 40-day fast. I've even tinkered with the idea. Now, mind you, I said tinkered. This is not no commitment. This is a possibility of going past the 10 days. I know the group ends on the 30th because they will have reached their 40 days. For me, because it was kind of a reboot, we did the 21, the consecration, and now the 10, depending on, just other things, maybe continuing on a little bit more. Maybe 11 more days to hit another 21. See how that goes. See how my body reacts. When I get to around day 15, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's something I'm locked in. I've heard from God. I'm ready to do it. No, it's just something that I'm kind of tinkering with as I'm seeing what's going on with me in these 10 days, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like what's going on with my body right now. So that's another thing. So yes, this is yet another day. A matter of fact, I'm into Sunday now, right? And I've been talking for 30 minutes, which was not my goal. But so I'm officially into my 6th day? Officially into my 6th day. Why does this seem wrong? I feel like I'm counting wrong. It's the 3rd Friday. Okay. I started on Tuesday, which is the 20th. Maybe it's because, listen, one thing we're learning from this, I'm a fairly intelligent person. I am. But these late night posts is not helping to support that claim. Because for the life of me, I can't figure out the days. I can't figure out the days, y'all. Maybe I need to think on this in the morning. Oh, it's so funny. So I'm really enjoying this. I haven't cut my hair yet. I don't know, y'all. We gonna see. But I'm telling you, I'm raring to go. We'll see. I don't know. That has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. But I've been kind of feeling but we'll see. Anything else? We talked about how the fast is going, how I'm feeling, my body, the struggles, the changes, spiritually positive, the experiments that I'm doing, just all these things. It's all these things. I look up because it's just so amazing. So yeah, I will check in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Super excited to hear the message. See what more insight I can get, and continue running on. Also putting in that work with what has been dropped into my spirit. Really grinding that out over the next 6 days. I don't know, because y'all know I don't know these numbers, but I want to have it done. If the 30th is Friday, then obviously by Saturday, so 12:01 on the 30th. That's the goal. So I'm going to be grinding that out. So yeah, I'm just super excited. enjoying it now. And yeah, that's it. So let me get off this because I'm rambling. I think I shouldn't do these late because I tend to ramble. I'm just talking. But I'm super excited. I really am about what's going on and the changes. Kind of interested to see what's going to happen over these next couple of days. I'm not going to get the energy boost. I have been walking around organizing a little bit more, which things like that. So I'm excited to see what's going to pop off. All right, I'm going to end this now. Great evening. Super glad to sit and chat and do my journal and just reflect. I feel so bubbly and good on the inside. I don't know how to say it. It's like I'm like the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. Is that the Pointer Sisters? And I just can't hide it. I know. I want you. Talk about God. All right. Bye, guys.